Imagine waking up tomorrow, unlocking your Galaxy phone, and suddenly feeling like something has changed. Not on the surface, not something flashy or exaggerated, but something deeper. Something that makes your phone feel more alive, more responsive, more personalized than ever before. That's the magic of One UI 8.5, and honestly, the more time I spend with this update, the more I realize Samsung didn't build this to impress you for a week. They built it to quietly change the way you use your device every single day. Hey everyone, Alex here from Smart Reviews, and today I'm taking you through the biggest leap in Samsung software we've seen in years. Not because it looks different on the surface, but because it behaves differently, it thinks differently, and most importantly, it works differently for every single person who touches it. The moment you unlock your phone for the first time after installing One UI 8.5, you feel this shift. Animations don't just feel smoother, they feel intentional. There's less bouncing, less delay, less of that Samsung curve effect. Instead, every swipe feels as if the UI is waiting for you, not the other way around. Samsung has clearly rebuilt parts of the animation engine under the hood because transitions that used to take a split second of hesitation are now practically instant. You pull down the quick panel and it doesn't drop into place, it glides. You move between apps and the fade-in feels sharp, clean, almost invisible. Even older devices suddenly feel like someone installed a new processor inside. And speaking of the quick panel, this is where the biggest visual change happens. In 8.0 it was functional but rigid, the kind of thing that worked, but never really felt tailored. In 8.5, Samsung gives you the keys. You can resize toggles, drag them anywhere, regroup your essentials, and even create layouts that match the way you think. Want the brightness slider super thick? Done. Want your Wi-Fi toggle bigger than the others because you switch networks 20 times a day? Done. Want 3 rows of toggles and your media controls pushed to the side? Also done. It's the first time the quick panel feels like a canvas, not a blueprint. And the layout reset button is a lifesaver for anyone who accidentally experiments too aggressively. But here's the thing, the quick panel isn't the only place Samsung has added that personal touch. The Settings app, for example, looks nearly identical at first glance, but it's easier to use than ever. The search bar at the bottom wasn't just moved for aesthetics. It was moved because Samsung realized your thumb should not travel to the top every single time. The microphone inside the settings means you can find anything just by speaking. Small update, huge quality of life boost. The typography is cleaner, contrasts are slightly higher, icons look more polished, and the battery percentage option finally looks modern without that chunky background. It's these tiny bits that slowly make you think, wait, why didn't Samsung do this earlier? Now let's talk about the camera, because this is where Samsung quietly flexes. Galaxy AI inside One UI 8.5 feels more refined, not smarter in a show-off kind of way, but smoother in a workflow sense. Object removal is now a single tap with live previews. You don't have to save the image every time you make a change. You can keep editing and adjusting endlessly within the same session. That alone makes the editing experience feel professional, not mobile. Class. Pro video mode gets the attention it deserves too. 8K recording at to 5 FPS gives videos a more cinematic feel with a natural motion blur. But that's not even the cool part. The new clean preview mode removes all the clutter from your viewfinder. No buttons, no icons, no text, nothing. Just your shot. It feels like operating a dedicated camera with a full sensor preview dot. And then there's the video editing overhaul. Live video support now actually feels useful instead of being a checkbox feature. You can edit LUTs, highlights, shadows, midtones, contrast, all without exporting the video to a laptop. In 8.0, you could correct colors. In 8.5, you can craft them. For content creators, this is a dream. For everyday users, it means your videos will finally look like they came out of something much more expensive. The system enhancements go deeper. Samsung didn't just polish features, they fixed things we didn't know needed fixing. Direct voicemail transcribes messages instantly with impressive accuracy. Notification summaries help you catch up on hundreds of messages without scrolling endlessly. The new partial screen recording tool lets you capture exactly what you want, which is incredibly useful for tutorials, sharing fixes, or saving specific parts of apps. And then you have the redesigned apps. Gallery now groups photos more smartly with improved recognition for pets, places, events, and documents. My Files feels more like a proper file manager with better search logic, category sorting, and cleaner UI spacing. The new visual language across apps feels almost like One UI took a step toward minimalism while keeping its signature Samsung identity. Connectivity also gets smarter without making noise about it. One UI 8.5 handles Wi-Fi switching more intelligently. If your home Wi-Fi struggles for a second, your phone will not instantly jump to data unless you want it to. Mobile data transitions happen quietly and smoothly. Bluetooth devices connect faster with better memory for your preferred devices. Battery management is sharper too with real-time usage tracking that helps you identify problem apps instantly. And yet the biggest magic trick of One UI 8.5 is how it adapts. The more you use your device, the better it predicts what you need. Smart suggestions in the app drawer feel less random. The system learns when you open certain apps and gently surfaces them at the right time. It feels like Samsung finally made One UI not just look personal, but behave personal. The crazy part is, Samsung didn't brag about any of this. These aren't flashy features made for ads. These are improvements made for daily life. It's the kind of update where 2 weeks later, you don't even remember what 8.0 felt like because everything just works more naturally. And that's when you realize, this is exactly what a good update should be. Not loud, not flashy, not overhyped, just intelligently built to make your phone feel newer, faster, smoother, and more yours every single day. One UI 8.5 is Samsung at its best, thoughtful, polished, and surprisingly user-focused. And if this is the direction Samsung is taking their UI in, we might be entering the golden era of Galaxy software. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to drop a like. Tell me which One UI 8.5 feature you're most excited for. And subscribe because we're just getting started. This is Alex from Smart Reviews, and trust me, there's a lot more coming.